Okay. Diamond and above. There are only a few of you. All right. Q&A. Ready, go. What questions do you guys have? You can unmute yourself or put them in the chat or whatever you want to do. Ugh, yeah. How many girls do you have that typically get on the board at all?
Well, the past couple of months, not many.
Are you diamond?
I'm a 1-star lifetime.
Okay. Is that 1-star your husband?
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't it fun?
Oh yeah.
Like you guys, I went diamond twice and none of you guys can do it. Okay. So this past month, September, is seasonally the hardest for me. I barely hit Success Club 10. I usually have no problem hitting Success Club 10. And so I do think it's just hard. It's been weird with the launch of Morning Meltdown and now the work and the Morning Meltdown's not finished yet and all these things. Do you guys do giveaways for Success Club? You do. Have you really asked them, like, what's the holdup for them? And I'm assuming you've really talked to your runners and been like, you're not even hitting Success Club?
Yep.
And do you know for sure they're showing up for power hours, like actually doing behind the scenes work?
Yeah, some of them will. Hi, Rowan. I see your little head. Some of them, they will send me their tracker sheet at the end of the day. So like, I know they're doing it and I'll see their stories and I see their posts. So like, they're doing it and I'm asking how many they're inviting and like, they're showing up and just like, there's nothing. So I don't know. I've had some of them like screenshot their invites and just so I can see what it looks like. I just can't get them. Last month, everyone said it was hard. And believe me, the last 2 months like were hard. But I was like, I got myself to 10 and I got my mother-in-law to 6. And besides that, I had one coach who hit Success Club. And that was it.
So this is always hard because, I mean, like sometimes there's just not an answer, right?
I know. Looking for any other ideas maybe I'm not doing. I don't know what's happening.
My thing is, I ask them, okay, you're having a hard month. Be honest with yourself. And 2 months ago, were you putting in the work? Because the work that you do now is going to pay off in 2-3 months, next month. It's not the work that you did last week. So, like, great, you're sending me screenshots of last week's invites or whatever, but like, what about 2 months ago? Were you doing the same thing? And so usually I will find where they're like, oh yeah, like that was a rough month. Like I've just only been recently showing up like this for 3 weeks or whatever. Yeah. But the best thing, like the very best thing that you can do in this situation is new blood. Always new blood. There is nothing that will light a fire more than a new coach who comes in on their first month in his Success Club or helps even one person, because all the other people are like, whoa, they're like showing me up. Other than that, it's hard. You're doing giveaways. They're sending you screenshots. I mean, that's all the things I would do. And I don't know if you're doing any type of tough love, but like sometimes they need that. Like, I get it. I get that this month is hard. This month is hard for me too. But like, you got to show up and make it happen. Like, you have got to invite until you hit your goal. And last month I did quite a few like pushes together with my team. Like, hey, like I'm struggling too. the first one to 50 no's, the first one to 100 no's is going to get a $10 gift card. Like, who wants to show up with me tonight and work for an hour because I still have not hit my Success Club goal? But ultimately, new blood. Will y'all drop in the chat like what your rank is and who your upline is so I know? And then any other questions or topics of difficulty, discussion?
Hey, I wanted to ask, how much do you, I know you just kind of answered that, but how much do you do with your coaches? Like maybe your Emerald coaches or even your Diamond coaches, like how much work do you do with them? Like, do you have like power hours with them regularly, or do you just like have them submit their tracker? Like I know that your team does a lot of like trainings, like leadership trainings and stuff like that. Do you like how much of that do you do with your team? Like, do you have power hours scheduled like 3 nights a week, or is it just like you're assuming they're doing their stuff, you're doing your stuff, you're leading by example? How much do you do with your team?
So I have a live work session every other week. So Wednesday nights are always my team call night, and every other week it's a team call, and then on the off weeks it's a live work session. So this is a chance for anyone in my downline to hop on, and it's kind of like a guided power hour where I also give tips. So I'm like, okay, for the next 10 minutes, we're going to add as many people as we can to our network, and here's some tips. Like, here's how I like to do it. But other than that, I am checking in with my new coaches. I have my new coaches in like a thread, and I'm checking in with them. Like, especially in their first month, I'll ask like, how many times a week this week did you do your power hour? Where are you struggling? And then I'll kind of like speak to where they're like, I'm having such a hard time inviting people. And I'll kind of do that in that little pod because I do not have time to do one-on-ones. And I hate to say this, but until they show me that they're even showing up, I'm not going to show up for a one-on-one. So yeah, I think, I try and make my time efficient and put them in pods and mentor them that way. But then we have like a bigger team thread, and then like currently I have a push thread to where anyone who filled out like a Google form and wanted to push for our winter retreat in January, they're all in a thread together. So that's kind of how I do things with my coaches. I just assume that they are doing their power hour, and if they have questions or concerns, they will ask me. They get a little more hand-holding in the beginning, and by hand-holding, I just mean like checking in, but I'm not going to like ask for their tracker every day because nobody has time for that. And if they don't want to do their power hour, then they don't have to do their power hour, and they're not going to get anywhere, but I don't have time for that. So I think there's a fine line between like mentorship and dragging. And I've crossed that line like way too many times. And 4.5 years in, I like feel like I can finally like know where that line is. Okay, anything else? Questions? Struggle areas?
I know you have like free groups that you do. Like I watched one of your YouTube videos today, and you were talking about something about that. But how do you keep that from like being the focus? Because I feel like if I am marketing for a free group, then I'm not marketing for like to hit Success Club. And I know that like like that could feed into Success Club for if you market it right and plan it right. But sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm marketing for this free group, which I need to hit Success Club. So how does that work in your brain?
So, kind of what you said, I plan my month out, and I plan me and my Success partner. She's way better at doing dates like this, but we come up with this together, and it's so that we're not marketing for two things all the time. Let me see if I can find, but it is my focus. Like when I'm running a free group, it is my focus because I want that to feed into Success Club. Like that's the point. Let me try and find a calendar, and I can show you. I always give my team two options. So if they hit Success Club early in the month, which is always my goal and my goal for them, then the free group is like towards the end of the month so that it sets them up to be inviting from their free group into a challenge group and hit Success Club early the next month. If they haven't hit Success Club, then the free group's a little bit earlier so they can invite afterwards and hit Success Club at the end of the month. So let me see here. Okay. I'm going to screen share. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this or not. So the first free group would be to kind of set them up and hit Success Club early in the month. And then there's another free group option, and this is actually like a really not good calendar to show you guys, of course. That one doesn't make a ton of sense. Let's see. Okay, so this one's better. So here I have the first free group option to go the 22nd through the 24th. So they're inviting the 18th through the 22nd, say, after that sneak peek into coaching. And they're inviting to this free group. And then that free group is a few days long, and then they have an entire week afterwards to try and hit Success Club. And that free group is for, I would tell them, if you have not hit Success Club by the sneak peek into coaching, I would start promoting for that free group so that you can invite to it afterwards, right? If you have hit Success Club, then I would do the last option, and this free group runs the 29th through the 31st, so that afterwards they're inviting to a challenge group and hitting Success Club early in July. So when I do run a free group, it is my focus because I am giving content to people and I'm building relationships and I'm letting them see a little bit in, and then I'm going to invite them. So I'm never like, join this and join that and join this. Any other questions? Oh my gosh. All right, guys, come on. I mean, if you guys don't have any other questions, we can end early, but I don't have any wisdom to spit at you. Anything that you guys are like struggling with. Kylie, we've talked about helping coaches hit Success Club. We've talked about free groups. We talked about something else that I can't remember. But this is just open to anything that you guys feel like you're struggling with, want advice on, have questions about, anything. Nothing you guys want training on or anything? Going once. Going twice. Done. Okay. All right, cool. I'll stop there.